You have told yourself you are going to start saving money. Not once, probably a dozen times. Next paycheck, next month, right after this one expense clears, and somehow it never actually starts. If that sentence just made your stomach drop a little, stay with me, because this video is not about budgeting. This is about why you keep almost starting, and what is actually happening in your brain every single time you push it forward one more week. Let me describe the cycle first, because I think you will recognize it faster than you expect. It usually begins with a moment of real motivation. Maybe you saw a number that scared you. Maybe you watched a video like this one. Maybe you just had one of those quiet nights where you actually looked at your bank account, honestly, instead of glancing past it. And in that moment, you decide, this is it, starting now. You feel something close to relief, like the problem is already halfway solved just by deciding. Then something small happens. A bill you forgot about, a friend's birthday, a craving for something that costs $12 and feels completely reasonable in the moment. And you tell yourself, just this one thing, and then I will start for real. Not a lie exactly. It feels true when you say it. But the starting line quietly moves forward by a few days. This repeats. Not dramatically. Not all at once. Just a slow, steady drift where the starting line keeps sliding further away. Always just out of reach. Always scheduled for a version of next week that somehow never becomes this week. Here's the part that matters most. By the next morning, the guilt is mostly gone. You do not spend your days in active distress about it. It just sort of sits quietly in the background, a low hum of almost starting. Easy to ignore until something brings it back to the surface, like this video probably just did. If this sounds familiar, I want to be very clear about something before we go any further. This is not a willpower problem. I am not here to tell you that you need more discipline, or that you simply need to try harder. That explanation is not only unhelpful, it is actually wrong, and I want to show you why. There is a concept in behavioral economics called present bias. In simple terms, it means your brain is wired to overvalue immediate comfort and undervalue future benefit, even when you know logically that the future benefit matters more. This is not a character flaw. This is not unique to you. This is how human brains are built across almost everyone, almost everywhere. $12 spent right now feels real and immediate. Future savings feels abstract, distant, almost theoretical, even though you know it matters more in the long run. This is exactly why the starting line keeps moving. Every single time you push saving back by a few days, your brain is making a completely rational trade from its own short-term perspective. Immediate comfort wins, because immediate comfort is the only thing that feels real in that exact moment. The problem is never that you do not understand the math. You understand the math perfectly well. The problem is that understanding the math has almost nothing to do with how the decision actually gets made in the moment. So if willpower is not the answer, what is? The answer is removing the moment of decision entirely, not making yourself stronger in that moment, making that moment disappear. Here is the smallest possible action I want you to take, and I mean genuinely small, almost embarrassingly small. Set up one automatic transfer of $5 a week into a separate savings account. $5? Not $50. Not your entire extra income. $5 automated, so it happens without you ever having to decide anything in the moment. I know what you are thinking. $5 will not change my financial life. And you are right. $5 by itself will not. But that was never the actual goal. The goal is breaking the cycle of almost starting, not solving your entire financial situation in one move. Once that automatic transfer exists, you have done something most people never do. You have removed the starting line completely. There is no moment to delay anymore, because the decision already happened once automatically, and now it simply repeats without requiring you to find willpower you do not currently have. This is the entire idea behind the protecting stage I talk about constantly on this channel. Protecting your money was never about discipline in the moment. It is about building a system that does not depend on willpower at all. A system that works even on your worst week, your most tired week, your week full of unexpected expenses. The man who saves consistently is not making a heroic decision every single Friday. He made one decision a long time ago and then automated it, so he never had to make it again. Once that $5 transfer feels normal, and it will usually within a few weeks, you raise it $10, then $20. Each increase feels small because the system is already running. You are not starting over each time. You are simply adjusting something that already exists. Here is what I want you to walk away with today. The reason you have not started is not a personal failure. It is not laziness, and it is not weakness. It is the completely predictable result of asking your willpower. To win a fight it was never built to win, over and over again, week after week. The fix is not trying harder. The fix is building a system, so small and so automatic that willpower never has to show up at all.